I think is, as far as rides go, is just an incredible nap. I almost anticipate a nap every time I get on it, and that is Spaceship Earth. That is the longest ride. The entire thing is dark. You've got just that slow voice talking the entire time. And not only is it an incredibly long ride, but baked into this is there is a 75% chance that ride's going to break down while you're on it.
Two dads on a mission, chasing magic through the parks. From rope drop to the fireworks, lighting up the dark. Yeah, we're the wildest dads in the wilderness on the ultimate ride. Buckle up, the adventure starts tonight.
What is up? We're back. We're the Wildest Dads in the Wilderness podcast. I'm your host, Landon, with my co-host, Caleb. What's going on, man? You ready to start this one off tonight?
What's going on, brother? I'm feeling good about it. You know, we're like we're not as young as we once were. Used to be able to run and gun in the parks, sun up to sundown, and this is a taking it easy, a slow, chill. You're tired. You've walked 20,000 steps type of podcast. I've got my little bit of foreshadowing here. I went ahead and put my PJs on for this one. I got my Mickey Mouse jammies on. I've got my Avengers blanket. So we'll get that in store in a little bit here.
Slippers on.
Your Croc slippers on. You go to bed
we're
with.
showing our age. We're showing our age pretty bad.
Yeah, no, I got my. I can't get my feet up there like you can. I got my Big Thunder Mountain socks, my slippers on. I'm cozy. I'm ready.
Yeah, as the title of the podcast says, we are dads. We get worn out quick. We get drugged through the mud in these parks. We definitely have a little age going on us right now.
We do. Enough so, I tell you what, I've been sitting around watching YouTube reels. We talked about the Run Disney Marathon in the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And you stop and you meet all the cool characters and stuff like that. Did you know you can stop and ride rides in the middle of the marathon?
Really?
I had no idea. I was watching this video of this guy running along, and then he cuts through the crowd, and they're all the marathoners go and get in line for Expedition Everest. And they ride Everest, middle of the marathon, hop back off, and keep running.
So I'm guessing it's just
I think his name was like Michael Does Disney or something. So shout out to whoever posted that video. But
yeah, I might have to check it out. I guess it's only a few like certain rides that would be, because I know they start this marathon like 4 a.m.
Right. I think you'd have to be there when the park's open, I guess. Maybe it was like early morning hours or...
Yeah, I guess a marathon would be 3+ hours. So.
I think Animal Kingdom was like the third or fourth park they ran through. And if you're stopping to see characters and whatnot, I don't know. I was doing the math on how quick I think I could do it meeting characters. Yeah. Maybe even longer. But yeah. I thought that was sick that you can, like, the characters are one thing. Like, that's awesome. All the rare stuff. But stopping to ride a ride would be incredible.
That'd be sweet. So, I've like definitely heard about the Run Disney marathons and halves and everything like that. And up until this past weekend, I hadn't really watched the highlight reels and stuff. And dude, how amped would you be running into the Magic Kingdom? And they're just, was it cast members lined up, or is it people that are going to the park for the day? Did you see?
I think that's like family and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I saw that and I was like, did they talk about getting some blood pumping?
If I'm not mistaken, cool deal. You get to do like a big after party thing. If I'm not mistaken, when you buy your ticket, I think you get to bring in like a family member or two with you.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they have some sort of credential as well I think you're paying a pretty good bit for the ticket.
Yeah, get in the park. And yeah, I saw that and I thought, man, that'd be a cool experience, hitting Main Street with, ropes, line full of people cheering you on. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it looked like every inch of it was sick. Like,
yeah, it did. I don't know. There was one, they cut out on one street and all there was like street lights, and it had to have been 5 a.m. and it looked like it was 10 or 11 miles in. I thought, man, that's when it starts dragging.
Wow.
Sorry.
Did you see the Star Wars one though, where they were just like on a regular street and like it was a
street with
red
strobe lights and smoke, and
somebody's going to be seizing out on the side on that one. Like that's wild.
Yeah, I definitely awesome. Like I said, this was the most media I've taken in from the marathon weekend. It looked like a really fun time. So much so we got a group text going on about maybe doing one sometime. So,
well, to be fair, I put a bunch of stuff in there. Nobody responded except for Alex. Alex did. Alex did respond,
fun, but
y'all gonna have to. Well, at least a half marathon. We got to do something.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were on different weekends. To be honest, either the half and the full being on different weekends.
Days. They're on the same weekend.
Or is it okay? Okay.
Oh no, that schedule I sent you. So they do the whole. There's a marathon weekend going on. They got 4 different ones, so you can run a marathon.
Or
You can do
5K
any
or
of
anything
that
during
4
all of
different
them.
times. I
Gotcha.
believe so.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
threw me off. I figured you'd be able to run any distance on that weekend, but then that schedule I saw, I was like, that didn't seem like that's
No,
how it
I
read.
think
So,
there's like the springtime one. So I think it's called Springtime Surprise. There's the
hmm
Princess. There's the marathon weekend, and then there's the Wine and Dine.
hmm
That's that one's. I think that's the only one that's in like that one's in like October or something, and the rest are in like January, March, April, somewhere in there.
yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
sweet.
maybe we'll make it down there sometime.
Yeah. Right. We
Well,
want to
let's
hop
kick off with,
news here.
yeah, what you got for me?
There's a little bit of theme park news that we reckon we should talk about.
I'd say the most interesting things I saw today. One, and maybe I just missed both of these, kind of going along with the cool kids summer stuff that we covered in the last episode. But one of them was that Disney's offering 2 free park tickets if you buy a 4 to 8 anywhere from a 4 to 8 day ticket. You get 2 extra days free, which I thought that was pretty awesome. Which in that case, I don't know why in the world you'd buy 6 tickets ever or 8
hmm
tickets ever. I guess you just buy 6, and I don't know. Interesting, but get you 2 free tickets. That's a pretty great deal. But pretty self-explanatory. The other one, in our news last week, we talked about the Bluey and Bingo coming to Rafiki's Planet Watch, which I know you've never been out there, but like I was telling you how they have the little like sketch stuff out in the middle of their little auditorium thing. I saw rumors today. Now they're rumors, maybe they're not true, but I saw some rumors that they were talking about getting rid of the petting zoo, which is I mean, that's half of Rafiki's Planet Launch. That's a huge thing out there, which I don't know. That just kind of made me wonder if maybe they're actually going to build an extra something out there, if that's going to become like a definite permanent thing. Or
hmm
if, I mean, maybe because it's an interactive thing. They don't want kids petting goats and then touching everything. I don't know. But I thought that was an interesting tidbit, if that is true, as to why they'd be shutting down the petting zoo when they're arguably going to be getting more foot traffic. But
So you're thinking that just the way you read it, it sounds like they're going to be shutting down the petting zoo permanently, not just through this cool kid
that
summer.
that was my understanding. Now, again, this was a rumor. It wasn't
Right.
but I saw it on several different sites that it was rumored.
hmm
But I thought it was
So,
interesting because we had talked about we just thought they'd shut down the art thing, they'd put it right there, and that would be that. Everything else would stay the same. But I
yeah,
don't know.
forgive my ignorance. So where is this Rafiki's Planet Watch in comparison to like where Dinoland USA is closing and the new like whole area where Encanto's going to go? Is it anywhere
No, it's nowhere near
close?
that.
Yeah.
No. It's when you get off the safari, they've got the like walking trail and all that.
hmm
You can pretty much in that right there in that same vicinity is where you get on the train to go to Rafiki's. So it goes straight back towards so when you're on the train, you pass a lot of the areas where the animals on the safari, they go in for the night. You pass like the rhino paddocks and whatever where they call all of them in for the night, and you see that
Yeah.
on the train. So it kind of goes along the safari out there in the back of the park.
So the train's probably a pretty enjoyable ride itself, I guess.
Yeah, no,
We haven't
it's a
spent a
lot
lot
of
of time in
fun.
Animal Kingdom, so like I'm learning.
It's a nice little 10-minute or so train ride. Like
hmm
it's so Rafiki's is, I mean, it's a ways back there, but
Yeah.
and again, it's not, it's about to be totally different. It's not something I do every single time, but we did it this last time and kids had a lot of fun. They also have, I wonder if they'll change this at all too. That's also where the vet for all of the animals are. So there are glass walls up where you can watch them doing checkups, sometimes watch them doing surgery. Like they'll bring all these animals in. Like if you've ever watched that Animal Kingdom show where they're doing all those procedures, there's a glass wall. You can go out there and watch them do all that,
And that's at
which is
Rafiki's.
which I've
Yeah,
always
I've
thought was
seen
pretty
that
interesting.
area you're talking about, but
Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that's
Pretty interesting news.
yeah. The 2 free tickets, the park tickets. I guess they're counting on you, buying food and getting 2 free nights in a resort from you. But that's still, probably $600 value for just a single person. Be easy to upgrade a 4-day trip to a 6-day trip real quick with saving that kind of money.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you'll spend extra on hotel and whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
still real nice.
Yeah, you're right though. It'd be weird to go from an 8-day trip to a 10-day trip.
Yeah,
But
no,
I guess
you're
some
already
people
doing
do
pretty
it.
good. All right, brother. Let's go ahead and move on here. Like, you got something else?
Nope.
All
The
right.
real reason. The
Again,
real reason we're here.
I
Hit
promise
that drop.
I promise I made one this time.
Is this a list or a ranking? We don't really know, but here you go.
All right. I feel like I normally lead them off, so I'm going to pass it to you to lead off this one.
So if you
What
listen
are
to
we
me
doing
singing
here?
right there, we
The
are doing
banjo.
the best. Yeah, getting after the best rides and shows in Disney World to take a nap. Like we kicked off the show, we're not spring chickens anymore. We've been around the block. Used to be able to rope drop to 3 a.m. and it's just not happening. It is still happening, but you got to have you a nap somewhere in there. You can't run and gun all day long.
And maybe
Would you
2
agree with
naps.
that?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. It
and
might be more than a nap. Might be 2 naps. Might be 3, depending on how many on these lists you hit in that single day.
And I imagine the older our kids get, the worse this is going to get. But so the 101 on my list, I feel like I've got a very clear cut top 3. I'm going to be interested to see what yours are, and we're just going to kind of bounce back and forth here. But the clear number 1 on my list is the Carousel of Progress. It has seats with backs, which is huge for taking a nap. It is slow moving, slow talking, not very loud, and it slowly rotates. And that's about everything you need and it's got a very just smooth, melodic song. Like, I can get on Carousel of Progress, not tired, and still fall asleep. If I got on Carousel of Progress at 9 a.m., I still may fall asleep. Like, it is,
Yeah, it's
the
like a
ride's built for
20-minute
it.
ride too, right? You can get you a
Yeah,
good nap in.
Ride's built for it. That is the clear cut, in my opinion, first ranking list.
Guess it in the draft. We don't go.
It's not a draft. I know. I'm
Darth
stuck in the
Vader
draft
pick.
mindset. What are you talking?
I don't have a carousel on my list mainly because I haven't rode it. I didn't want to go. Obviously I've heard that's probably a pretty good nap ride.
You've been paying up to stay on the monorail to take Brody back for his nap. You really should need to take Brody on the Carousel of Progress. You'd be fine. There's nobody in line. Just say, "Hey, can we stay on for the next hour or so?" And they'll probably let you.
That might be the move, but if I do that, then it's cutting down on my solo time to hit the Epcot around the world.
That's fair. You'd also absolutely lose your mind listening to those songs.
Yeah, that's one reason we haven't rode it, because we've heard it might not be, your favorite ride, and it's 20-minute ride. So, man, so I don't have as good of a pick as that for a solid nap, but one that you can always pull the bill of the cap down on. And we're talking in the same area, and we even get to see a little bit of it, is the People Mover. You get on that People Mover. It's a little herky-jerky, but it don't matter. You're doing 10 miles a day in these parks. Day 3 in the parks, we ain't worried about paging Mr. Morrow broadcasting across the intercom. All we're worried about is it's semi-smooth. It's a semi-comfortable seat. We're going to put the shoulders on the backrest, and we're going to pull the cap down, and we're just going to doze off. And you got, what is that, a 10-minute ride?
And if you have a little longer than that,
if you happen to wake up, man, you got the castle right there, and then you just doze right back to sleep. The People Mover is going to be my number 1 on my list.
It's in my top 10 for sure. It's on my top 10 list. My favorite part about the People Mover is you can put your feet up. Like that is why it's the strong pull right there, because there's parts of it that go outside and stuff like that. But you can put your feet up and take you a real good nap.
And it is outside for most of the part, but it's all shaded. It's got an overhang hanging over. So,
you remember the time we got stuck on it? Do you remember that? When
that trip,
you and Nate and Alex were down there, we were stuck on it for I think we were stuck on it for like 2 hours.
Really?
because you can't just hop off. You got to wait for them to come
Yeah.
get you. There was a terrible, terrible thunderstorm, and ride shut down, and we were stuck for all you Disney nerds right over where Stitch's Great Escape used to be, like right over like kind of the entrance, and we were there for a hot.
No, just it's the first time I've heard
We
about
just
this.
blocked it out. Trauma blocked it. That's
I
fine.
reckon so.
First time I've heard about it.
What you got next on the
Let's
list?
see. Number 2, I went back and not back and forth. Like I said, I've got a clear top 3, and we've only taken one of mine. I'm gonna. What am I gonna do for this one? No particular order, I guess. I'm gonna stay in Magic Kingdom. Hall of Presidents. That is another similar to Carousel Progress, but I kept the slow turning, put Carousel Progress first. It's just another 20 some odd minute show. Seems like it lasts forever. They're like reading the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution out loud. It's a great time to take a nap. I mean, if you're into it, that's great. If you're not tired yet, it's a fine show. No, we're talking about Disney World. I like all these shows. But if I'm exhausted and I need a nap, that's a great one to.
We're showing our expertise and how many times we've been in these parks by our answers here. So my next one, never even wrote. I don't even know. Never even heard of what you're talking about.
You ever heard of the Hall? Well, it's over.
You
it's
said
in,
the Hall of Presidents. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Heard of it, I guess. I wouldn't
Do you know what it
be able
is?
to walk you to it. No, I mean just from what you explained
well,
just now.
let's hit that real quick. That's if you go down Liberty Square, you got like the Christmas shop, Liberty Tree Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm in there.
You got all that kind of stuff. Hall of Presidents is right there on the right. You go in there, and there's a show. There is an animatronic of every single president we've ever had that's up on the stage. And whoever the current president is gives a big long speech, along with like Abraham Lincoln and stuff like that. But so that's one that they swap out every potentially 4 years. So it shuts down, gets a new animatronic and speech and whatever.
Yeah, building a brand new animatronic. Yeah, it must be a reason I haven't heard of this one.
Yeah.
Thought I lost you there for a second. Yeah, that's wild that they're building a new animatronic at 4 to 8 years just for.
It's pretty cool.
So next on my list, I've got 2 kind of back-to-back very similar rides. They're very cheap rides here. Everybody's going to be like, oh, well, obviously. So I'm going with the Seas with Nemo and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
It is a ride that I do enjoy, right? Don't want to take a nap on it the first time. But the second and the third and the fourth time that we ride this ride on the same trip, it's a very slow moving. It spins you. It kind of gets you almost like you're in a rocking chair. It's got you tunes playing. I think it stays pretty cool. Usually we go and it's September dates, and so it's always hot outside. And the Seas with Nemo and Friends, I feel like there's a part where it's almost like air blowing on you. It keeps you cool. It's a heck of a place for a little nap. Now all my naps are obviously like 3 to 10 minute long naps. I didn't get these 20-minute long.
That's what I was going to ask. It was on my top 10 list, but it was lower. Mm-hmm. Because in my recollection, it's a pretty short ride.
It is.
It's not but like a 5-6 minute.
Yeah.
So it was there because you've got the big back. You're moving slow and it's dark. So it's valid answer for sure. It's just that's my only gripe. You lengthen that bad boy by about 10 minutes, and we're taking a real solid.
Yeah, if you don't take my next one here, then I might have one that'll extend a little more than a 3-minute ride. But I'm gonna go the Seas with Nemo and Friends. It's a good place for a nap.
I can dig it. All right. Now, I still got my top 3 on the board. So here, number 3 right here, I think is, as far as rides go, is just an incredible, incredible nap. I almost anticipate a nap every time I get on it, and that is Spaceship Earth. That is the longest ride The entire thing is dark. You've got just that slow voice talking the entire time. And not only is it an incredibly long ride, but baked into this is there is a 75% chance that that ride's going to break down while you're on it, which just makes it, if you're on it to nap, like, thank goodness. Like that's fantastic. What is the absolute best is when it breaks down and you're headed backwards. You can get that. It's almost like you're at the chiropractor. You just get leaning back against that hard seat. Like, I've conked out many a times on Spaceship Earth. And that is, as long as you're not where the Library of Alexandria is burning, then you're good to go.
Yeah, this was a ride that we didn't hit till our last trip. I did enjoy the ride, but as far as making it a good nap ride, the whole time you're in the recline position, aren't you? It's pretty much you're either going uphill forwards or coming back down the hill backwards, right? It's almost like the seats
For
are
the
you're not
most part,
super reclined, but you kind of got a little bit of weight on the back.
there's a good bit of, yeah, there's a good bit of it. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a solid pick. That was going to be my next one. Like you said, if you got the time, what's that? It's probably a 15-minute, 20-minute ride. So if it don't break down, we think we broke down 3 times on our ride, and we rode it once. All right, so this one might have a little controversy to it, depending on how busy it is when you go. But the Frozen sing-along show, and yet everybody's going to say, well, everybody's singing the songs. Spoiler alert, they only sing the songs at the last 3 minutes, right? You kind of got some narrators giving the story, and yeah, it's loud. And if you're full of little girls who are dressed up as Elsa and Anna, it's probably not your best nap ride or show. But the one time we watched it, man, there was probably 30 people in the room, cozy seats. It's dark. It's got an alarm clock because snow falls from the ceiling at the end. So if you happen to sleep too long, the snow will definitely wake you up. And I think the Frozen Sing Along is a great place. It'd be a long nap too. It'd probably be a 20-minute nap.
I did not have that on my list, but I like it.
But I might not have had it on my list if I'd been in a slam packed full show and it was super loud and rowdy. Everybody hollering every time something crazy went on. So I think the fact that it was a dead show when we went put it on my list.
I can dig it. I can dig it for sure. All right, next on my list, I'm going to go, I think it's pretty similar to Spaceship Earth in the nap factor. I'm going to go Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion has got that big curved doom buggy that not only can you lean back, but like you can kind of get your shoulder up against the side of it a little bit, which is like incredibly nice. And again, that's one you constantly get that the spirits are doing whatever they're doing. Like, please hold. You're just constantly getting broke down on that ride. And that's another one where the perfect moment, that scene right there at the very end where you're going off the roof and you're leaning backwards. I've been broken down there a few times. And like, if you've been carrying that backpack and like your back is just destroyed, laying on that hard surface with all your weight is just magic. That's part of the Disney magic. Mm-hmm. Like I absolutely love sleeping on Haunted Mansion. And the whole thing's so dark. It's like the darkest ride ever. So that's it should be higher on my list, honestly.
I'm going to ask you this. So one reason that I didn't put It's a Small World on my ride is the misery of waking up on that ride, because these, you're not going to sleep solid 20 minutes on these rides. So does the Haunted Mansion, does it not have that factor? Are you waking up and kind of having to adjust to where in the world are we at?
It doesn't bother me.
You don't think so?
Like if I were asleep on the ride, then I'm pretty tired. I don't recall ever waking up on a ride, to be honest with you. The rides I've fallen asleep on, I've pretty much stayed asleep. But then, but that is actually, we were talking about the show tonight at dinner, and that was Ben's. He was like, would you not have nightmares? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not going to have nightmares. Maybe you would, but like, no, I'm good. I love a lot of these for me, it's about the ride vehicle itself.
The comfortability of
it's kind of hard on, like you're talking about I didn't have Small World either, but it wasn't for the song. It was because the bench stops
Yeah, it wouldn't be a
halfway up your
comfortable
back.
ride either.
Yeah. So no, it works for me. It's perfect, dark, spooky, sleepy ride.
So this one's just for you. For my next pick, we're going to ease on over to the Animal Kingdom. And this is not quality sleep, and it can be picked apart. We're going to hit the safari.
The
And
safari.
this is the safari when the animals aren't out. There's no scenery. We just in a truck riding over bumpy roads, and it's loud, and you hitting chains. And it's that same type of sleep you had in math class where you was trying to hold your eyes open and you doze off and wake up. It's not quality sleep. But when you get off the safari, you're energized. Just like when you left math class in high school, it wasn't good sleep. But now it's ready to rock and roll. We're ready for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna hit the safari. How long is safari? You should probably know exactly how long a safari is. Probably half hour, ain't it? If there's
I did
no
at one point.
crossovers or
I think it's 20 something minutes.
yeah, it's
But I have seen. I don't know that I've ever seen any adults asleep on the safari. I'm sure I have, but kids sleeping. They used to be like a running joke, like, and I'm sure other kids do it too. But like, my son would be asleep in the car seat, but the second we'd stop at a red light, stop at anything, like once the bumping stopped, they're wide awake.
Yep.
Like, I feel like that's the same thing on the safari. Like, a kid hits the safari and so maybe this isn't even an adult nap. This is you need to get the kids down.
That's what gave me the idea, because you get on the safari because you want the kids to see the animals, and then here comes a giraffe, and everybody's asleep. So that's kind of what gave me the idea to.
I like that one. That wasn't on my list either, but that's a pretty cool one.
Not trying to step on any toes, but we had to throw it in there.
All right. Ooh, I'm between a few. What are we on? Are these our last ones?
I think so.
All right, we're just going to have to shout out some honorable mentions at the end because I got a bunch of them. I'm going to go with the train.
Ooh,
train for my last one. Because not only can you find you a nice, comfy seat, it's under refurbishment right now, so I don't know exactly how this works, but they don't kick you off the train like they do these other rides. You can nap on this thing all day long. You can find you a comfy corner and you can go nap on this thing all day long if you want to. That is the perfect. You've got a kid that needs to take a nap and you're cool with that happening in your lap. I mean, ideally it happens in the stroller, but if you're cool with it happening in your lap, like, go get on the train and you can sit there for as long as you want. And just, again, that slow melodic moving along and the little voiceover, that deep voice, welcome to the Walt Disney World Railroad, and like, out. So I'm gonna go with train for the last one.
I didn't have it on the list, and I should have. I didn't even think about it. Which we didn't put any stipulations on this at all, and that's why I'm gonna cheat on my next one.
Okay.
We're headed right outside the front doors of the Magic Kingdom, and we're gonna hop on the monorail.
Okay.
And I'm talking. This is the kind of sleep, not in the middle of the day. You've already had your couple naps. This is that we're 14 miles into a Tuesday at Disney World, and we're getting on the train with a stroller, on the monorail with a stroller, and we're headed back to your resort. And hopefully you're staying on the monorail loop, or this is you're just going to be riding in circles for a minute. But when those doors close and you've got 4 stops to make before you get to your, if you're staying at the Grand Floridian, this is what we did on the last trip. That is the best sleep. You don't have to take the kids out the stroller. You roll the stroller right on. It's good quality nap time before bedtime. So I had to.
I cannot tell you how much Disney transportation I've fallen asleep on. I mean, buses, monorails. I hadn't fallen asleep on Skyliner that much yet, but no, that's a fantastic pick because when you get on that thing at the end of the night, half the people on there are asleep.
Everybody.
Man, that's a good nap. Like, the feeling after all of the trauma you go through trying to get on that thing at the end of the night, if you stay till park close, like when that opens up and you're back at the Polynesian or wherever you're going, like, that is a magical feeling when you get to go stumble into your room. So I love that pick. That's
and you don't really get back to the room and go straight to bed, because as soon as you walk through the front doors of the resort, now the kids are awake.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got bath time. So it's really a nap before you start the 10
Lights are
p.m.
on. You got to walk through
festivities.
the gift
Yeah.
shop now.
Yeah, grandparents' room is next door, so we want to hang out for half hour. So it's really a good nap before the room festivities. Fire up, and you gotta wrestle two little ones. So, you said the buses. That was one that was gonna be a cheater pick for me, but you're in the
Mm-hmm.
same boat, or you've been in the same boat as me now. So now my bus rides consist of me gorilla gripping a pole with a stroller and a
Mm-hmm.
backpack full of stuff. So it is quality sleep when you get the opportunity to sit down and put your head against the glass. But right now, I'm trying to just keep everything from falling out the door when it opens on the buses right now.
Yeah. Well, and the buses, you got to have somebody with you too, because
Mm-hmm.
they're not the front facing seats. They're the side facing seats.
Yeah, you don't want to
You
be up on
you
a
gotta have
stranger.
somebody to you gotta have somebody to lay on, or it's not gonna work out.
You hit that back row if nobody's on it.
At the back row, yeah, you got the two seats at the back you can hit. So what'd you have? What'd you have that you felt like should be on the list that is not on the list? Because I got a few
Uh,
of them.
so I went with the seas with Nemo. I had Under the Sea, the Little Mermaid ride. I feel like those
Yeah,
two
I
are
had that on my
identical
list.
rides. They're just,
The only reason I actually had that one pretty high on my list, but we already had Haunted Mansion and Nemo,
hmm
and I didn't
very
want to.
similar ride car. It's like
Yeah,
it's kind of similar. That's why I didn't
which
go
is
with it.
it's the perfect ride car. So I mean,
Mm.
that's why. Yeah, definitely sleep there if you can. Another shout out to that one. If you just need to get out of the heat, just
Mm-hmm.
the queue. They always get the AC blasting. That's a great one just to not be sweating for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It does. It is a very cold queue. Did you have
What
anything
else
else
you
big
have?
on yours?
I got a big list here.
I guess got a couple more. So I had the Monsters Inc. laugh floor.
Hmm.
You're at risk of being humiliated if you're asleep, because every time I've been in the show, undoubtedly there is somebody that gets put up on the big screen that's asleep,
That
chin
guy.
in the chest, yeah, snoring. And you're at risk of, your wife or family members videoing you being that guy. But that's a big good place for a nap.
My dad is that guy every single time. And
Is
it
he?
is phenomenal. He's probably been that guy 5 or 6 times. And like it's just the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's great when you're not that guy, but you know that guy. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just fantastic.
I've actually never been up on the screen there when we hit that show, quite
I
often.
think I might have been once. I don't know. They start to run together. But I had my honorable mentions. I did have Little Mermaid. I had PhilharMagic.
Mm,
That's a nice dark show. I had Impressions de France in the France Pavilion in Epcot. I told Kathleen, that's one of Kathleen's favorite all time shows. And I told her I was not going to put that high on my list. It's outside of my top 10, but I have it on here because she'd be talking to me the whole time. So that's the only reason I'm not going to fall asleep, because it's the slowest music playing, like Soarin'. It's kind of like Soarin', but you're just in a seat. Like you're
okay.
just bebopping through little adventures or whatever. I had these were further down my list, kind of in the same boat as Small World. They were outside of my top 10, but I did put Jungle Cruise and Living with the Land.
Mm-hmm.
Really just because they're slower boat rides. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
great seats for it. And the one that was actually number 4 on my list up higher, but we'd already done Carousel of Progress and Hall of Presidents, was the American Adventure. Because again, same thing. You're sitting in an auditorium with slow
Mm-hmm.
time to take a nap. But
Yeah, I have very seriously thought about the Jungle Cruise on my list, but I've never been on the Jungle Cruise and it not be the most entertaining ride of the day. The
mhm.
captains, boat captains, whatever you want to call the skippers, they're trained to keep you awake. So it would be a good nap ride with it being the boat ride, but you almost just don't want to miss out on the laughter on that ride.
I love the Jungle Cruise. I got a couple of good Jungle Cruise stories we'll have to hop into on another episode.
We
Teaser.
got
They're going to
one
come
that we
back.
we got one we could tell everybody too.
Maybe
Yeah,
we just have a Jungle Cruise episode. I'm all about the
yeah,
Jungle Cruise.
yeah. But no, I had the Skyliner on mine, but that would have been identical to the monorail.
Yeah.
The only thing with Skyliner is you're going to hit that, depending on where you're staying, if you got to hit that hub where you got to, swap monorails, then you kind of stop your nap and restart it. So
yeah.
kind of a wild best rides to take a nap on, theme, but maybe y'all can
I
get some
love it.
enjoyment out of it. And
And maybe it's useful to some of you. I mean, that I'll say in our last trip, I legitimately, one of those last days, I think it was the day after Epcot, I was like, I have to take a nap somewhere. Like, I'm not going to. I was like, Kathleen, can I go take a nap? She's like, no. Like, we're in Disney World. You're not going anywhere. I was like, all right, we're gonna have to find a ride where I can shut my eyes for 10 minutes. And so I mean, sometimes it is absolutely necessary. But yeah, hopefully that works out. Before we sign off here, give a quick shout out. We got a bunch of comments on YouTube videos today. Our guy Callum binged all of our episodes today. So
what's
I thought that
up,
was pretty
Callum?
awesome. What's
Let's
up?
go, man.
Thought that was awesome. Enjoying making this stuff. Happy to see some feedback from some folks. So that was pretty awesome. So
yeah,
keep enjoying the show.
We're really getting on here, and obviously y'all can tell that we've been buddies for forever, and we're really getting on here and just chatting about something we both enjoy. And if we could bring enjoyment to anybody else, that's just a plus side to that hour or two we spend doing this. So we hope y'all really like all these episodes, and if y'all have any ideas for content that y'all want to hear us jab about, shoot it in the comments. Or
Yeah, we're building out our future episode schedule right now. So by all means, if there's anything you want to hear, like, let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to work it in if we know anything about it.
That's it. Cool. Guys, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, give us a follow, leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Till next time.
Thanks. See y'all.
Later.
We're the